Hello there. Yeah, I just thought I'd do a video just to show what I've been doing for the last sort of half an hour. I've had this for many years. It's HiFi News analog test LP, and I bought it many years ago. It comes with a protractor, so every now and then what I like to do is just check the setup of my turntable, and which I did when I brought my turntable back into this room, and it's been back in position now for about 5-6 weeks, and I thought I'd just run through the tests again. So basically what I do, I check the alignment of the cartridge using a protractor. I then check the vertical tracking force, and I use a digital scales. I don't know, there are different types of scales you can get, but I use a digital one, and I just calibrate the just to test the actual scales is accurate by weighing some coins. So I check what a particular coin should be weighing, and I put it on here, and it seems to be spot on. So I kind of trust this method of doing it. Yeah, so once I've done that, then I use this record. Then I do have another one as well, which is quite an old one. This one as well. This one is called give yourself a stereo checkout. This is on the Decca label, and this is quite an old record. It is in stereo, but yes, it's quite interesting. I mean, I don't know what people think of these sort of tests, and what people do to other users might do to actually make sure that they're satisfied with how things are hearing. But I will go back to some time ago. I used to use elliptical styluses, and there was always something that bothered me when I used to hear a really high-end turntable in a shop or a show. I just felt piano sounded a little bit better on those turntables, and then I examined how the type of cartridges that they were using. Obviously, the much more expensive turntable than what my almost 40-year-old LP12 is, even though, you know, this works incredibly well. But I've heard RigB P10s playing, and obviously they have their very expensive cartridges and stylus profiles being used on those records. And I've taken my records in and listened to them, and hearing the piano notes and the purity of the note and the sound, and the lack of sibilance, yeah, made me rethink what I was my own system. And for a long time now, I mean, I've been using this an Audio Technica cartridge. It's what is it, the 540ML. It's a Microline, but I've got the RigB modification on it as well, and it's made a big difference to the tracking ability. And these fine line styluses, I think, for me anyway, in my experience, have the benefits of being able to track a lot better. But of course, important that you set them up as accurately and as good as possible in order for the stylus to perform. Otherwise, if it's not set up and aligned properly, then you're not going to reap the benefits really of the stylus profile. So it's really important. And That's why I use this. This has helped me because this is a kind of a reference as well against some other cartridges that I've used, and in particular there's a couple of tracks on here which they run a 300 hertz tone, and at 12 decibels, and then another track at 14 decibels, and then 16 decibels. And generally, if they track those really well, then I'm happy, and this record indicates as well that should be for all practical purposes, you should have no problems tracking any records. So what I've done, also using this as well, this particular record, there are some like blank grooves. So when I quite blank sort of dead wax then, so then when I actually, once I've got the vertical tracking force correct, and I'm tracking at approximately 2 grams for this cartridge. That's what I think seems to suit me and the system. And so I use the actual dead wax to be sure that to adjust the bias setting on the tone arm. So what I will do, I will just play the 3 bias setting test tones, which is the first one you'll hear is on band 6, is a 300 hertz tone at 12 decibels. The next one will be the same 300 hertz tone at 14, and then the final one will be 300 hertz tone at 16 decibels. And what I'm looking and what I'm wanting to hear then is similarly the sound of that you make. Say you've got a wine glass, and then you just go with your finger, you wet your finger and go around like the rim of the wine glass, and it makes that ooh noise. So that's the type of noise I'm expecting to hear. What I don't want to hear is there being buzzing in any of the channels, which is the left and the right channel, the left and the right speaker. So if there's any buzz in there, then there's something not quite right with the way I set it up. But I mean, let's see how this goes, and then I'll come back to you then. So yes, here's my LP12, and I know what I've had this turntable for so long. I don't tend to use the arm lifter that's on the side there at all. I just got so used to using my finger, and then I use the plinth then to balance my finger nice and steadily, and then I put it on the track. It's not the right way of doing it. Should always use the arm lifter, but this is how I've done it for many years, and so there you go. So anyway, let's have a look. So the first one, yeah, let's we refer back to the notes on this now then. So this is the 300 hertz tone. This is the bias setting. This is testing the left and right channel at 12 decibels. So let's have a look to see how this goes. So that went really well. No buzz in there at all. Okay, so we're doing the same 300 hertz tone, but this time at 16 decibels. So it's going to get a little bit of a tougher test. again, that seemed perfect. And finally, what we're going to do the 300 hertz tone at this time 16 decibels. Okay. Now, those tests have been completed and I was very, very happy with the results. Yeah, so, you know, having done those tests, it's given me a little bit of peace of mind, really, that I've set everything up. However, I think also going through some particularly records that I might have in my collection, which have been notoriously difficult to track with some other cartridges that I might have used in the past. I will go through using them now as well, just to be sure. But I'm pretty confident, given the years I've had with this and this particular stylus that I'm using and this particular stylus profile, it does seem to suit this tone arm and turntable really well. So yeah, again, you know, I think listening to records and using your ears anyway, you would normally tell if things don't seem quite right. But I just use that record for some reassurance. And yeah, I thought I'd just show a little bit of an exercise as to what I do every now and then, just to check my setup on my turntable. And yep, so anyway, thanks again for watching the video, and bye bye for now.